I've had a rough start to the day already, and I hope the weather forecast won't be as rough. I'll say good morning to Pat Pagano. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
So
I can't even think about what's happening now.
Well, all I can tell you is that can you get a little closer to the mic? You sound like a little far away.
How's that?
That's much better. That sounds like you're in the same room with me now. That's a scary thought. Okay, because this morning I came to work, Pat, and we have a double lock door in the back, but we have a big deadbolt that is a really great 3-lock deadbolt system. And you know how handles on doors have little locks?
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows that lock's not meant to be changed on the door because there's no key for it. So I get to work this morning, and guess what? Someone had turned that lock. Now that's after I got a shower this morning, and I didn't get I got water in my ear, in my right ear, and I couldn't get it all out. You know what I mean? You ever have one of those things?
Yes.
And so I keep shaking my head. It doesn't work, and so then I had to walk up a flight of stairs through the offices upstairs, down the flight of stairs to get into the building. So that was my start to the day. Water in the ear, and my trek upstairs and downstairs. Now, there was something I was going to ask you.
Okay.
If I don't know do you ever look at the National Weather Service forecasts?
On occasion.
Well, over the past 36 hours, they've been changing drastically about every time they issue a forecast.
And this is probably because of what we were talking about yesterday, am I correct?
Yeah, for Thursday and Friday, they keep changing drastically. But anyways, so I couldn't wait to get in here to speak to you and get your interpretation of the weather.
Yeah, I mean, even though the models are latching onto it, I still don't think they've latched onto it totally. So we'll talk about it. But in the meantime, for us today, this is the last full day of winter.
And it's 22 degrees this morning.
which is winter-like, but not too spring-like. Mid-40s today, sunny. Mid-20s tonight, clear. Tomorrow, sunny, low 50s. Spring comes in at 5:58. Then on Thursday, showers, low 50s. I'm calling for rain and/or wet snow showers Friday, low 40s. Here's the problem. You have a front that stalled over Florida with rain. You have a system coming across the plains. Okay, so as that system comes across the plains and into the Ohio Valley, it causes a low to form on the front in Florida, and that low starts tracking up along the Carolinas. Now, that low is just moving slowly up the Carolinas, and by Thursday, let's say Thursday evening, it's probably somewhere along the Virginia Capes. There's a third system that's coming down across the Great Lakes. And the models see it. But what they're doing is they take the system along the coast and they move it rapidly northeastward beyond New England by Friday afternoon. And then the system over the Great Lakes plows southward. So they're kind of thinking that the way they're thinking is, well, these are just going to merge. And that's it. We'll take it out. I'm not so sure of that. That's what I have been toying with. We could have this surface low coming up Thursday night, giving us rain as opposed to showers. That as that system exits very slowly over eastern New England on Friday, the system dropping through the Great Lakes could cause a second low to develop over Delaware. And that second low will then move rapidly northeast to catch up with the low along New England, and then the two of them will be over the Canadian Maritimes on Saturday. That would mean we'd get another bout of precipitation on Friday. That's the reason why I'm calling for rain and/or snow showers. Their temperatures, in my opinion, are way off. The computerized temperatures for Friday and Saturday are in the 50s. I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever see that. I think we'll be in the 40s. And I even have thoughts about, us not getting out of the 30s on Saturday with a strong wind behind the storm. And then as quick as this moves in, it's as quick as it moves out, because on Sunday, we will be in the 50s with sunshine.
Is there any chance we'll get accumulating snow out of any of these?
Only way that could happen, in my opinion, is if it were to happen Thursday night or possibly Friday night. But if it happens during the day on Friday, I doubt it very highly. Maybe some places, your highest elevations, will see a coating. But to get accumulating snow out of this, I think the people in line for it would be basically from the Adirondacks. Let's say from the Adirondacks to central New York, and over, of course, to Maine, over to Maine, and some of their higher elevations like the Green and White Mountains as well. That would be the best chance. But if the storm system slows down and everything begins to gel, it could be a very, very interesting pattern by Friday. So just waiting and watch. I was looking at the National Weather Service, an office that does snow prediction.
Yep.
And I was looking at it. I was reading his discussion. He said the same thing. In fact, I thought he did a pretty good discussion, only because it's simply what I thought. And I said, he's obviously thinking along those same lines. I'll read to you his last paragraph. The best chance for significant snow centering over northern New England with a moderate risk of 4 inches or more over northern New England. However, given the uncertainty and the poor run-to-run model continuity over the past 24 hours, these amounts may change significantly in subsequent runs.
There you go. Making excuses for the new computer. Already.
But I will say, the new GFS was better than the old GFS because yesterday, the new GFS was at least indicating that. And if you recall, the old GFS said nothing. So, we have to give it some high marks there. And what I think is interesting is also next week. I think there's going to be another storm along the coast. And the new GFS model and the Canadian model want to bring snow to New England next week. That's the only two models doing it. Even the Euro's not doing it. So we shall see. Stay tuned. I don't think we're out of the wintry pattern. We will still be getting some hits of winter. There's no doubt about it. Right through the day that Marshall pays his income tax on April 15th.
I already paid it.
Okay.
I get it out of the way right away.
No
as soon as everything comes in, I have it all ready to go, and boom, it's done. TurboTax, out it goes, and I pay. I just don't fool with it anymore. I pay whatever they want me to pay. I pay. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I don't do anything because my accountant, who's excellent, before she can do my taxes, she has to do the business taxes because it's all related. Yeah. So I brought her that back in early February and haven't heard a word yet.
Well, I just figure you pay, and if for some reason you make a mistake and they give you money back, it's great. But I just pay. I figure you pay. What am I going to do with the money anyway? What am I going to do with the money?
You're right. Unfortunately, that's all it is. I'm going away from the mic again. That's all it is. It's just money allocated for this, money allocated for that, and this year there's money allocated where I didn't think there had to be money allocated, and that's called my mouth.
Yeah, and that's an important allocation.
Yeah, and again, I'm just waiting on a couple of things before I schedule it. It looks to me like it's definitely going to be in April, so taking a real deep breath on that. I'm, of course, listening to you and your opinion, which is usually right, so I'm hoping this is not going to be as challenging as some people made it out to be.
Just get it done on a Friday.
I am doing it on Friday.
Because that gives you Friday afternoon, Saturday, and all day Sunday to get used to what you have to get used to.
Right.
And practice talking once it goes in.
Yeah.
Going into to the weather center and just practice some talking into the microphone and listen to it back. And because when you first put it in and start talking, you're going to think, "Wow, I sound a lot different."
Right.
But you don't really. So, as long as it fits properly, you don't really. It's just getting used to your tongue hitting it on the top is the thing that will freak you out a little bit.
Okay.
All right, that's about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. That's my prediction.
Thank you, Marshall.
Yeah, I've been through those wars.
Yeah. And again, the good thing about it's only a couple of months until all of the implants take, so that's another good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll see. You'll get used to it. It'll feel a little strange at first. But, it's like if you get a new pair of shoes after wearing the same pair of shoes. Your feet take a little bit.
Gotta break them in, yeah.
But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, but you're smart getting it done on a Friday. All right, so then we got a couple of nice days ahead of us and a couple of crummy days.
Right, and also tomorrow, not only the spring arrived, but we have the full moon tomorrow night, and that is the full worm moon. And that occurs tomorrow night.
As the worm turns.
Yeah, right.
With the full worm moon.
Yeah, I always tell you, though, 2 days before and after full moon, there's always a storm. And here we go again.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the moon's fault.
That's how, when we do our long range, that's how we signal out the major storms. We find the full moon and the new moon, and then we look on either side of that and say, let's start this one.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens by tomorrow morning, Pat. We'll speak to you then.
Sounds good. All righty. Take care, Marshall.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Pat Pagano this morning in the Weather Center with our forecast.